Turning now to the crisis playing out at our southern border. Title 42, that public health order, as you see right there, will be expiring in just 8 days on December the 21st. Now, despite the policy, Border Patrol agents are already overwhelmed and facing record number of illegal crossings. Look at this. This is brand new border video into us from the border. A migrant caravan of more than 1,000 people illegally crossed through El Paso. This is Sunday night. It is the largest caravan of its kind ever recorded. Many fear it's only going to get worse. Joining us now to discuss this a bit deeper is Florida Congresswoman Cammack. Thank you so much for being with us today. We always appreciate it.
Hey, glad to be with you. Thank you.
You know, it's unbelievable. We're seeing these videos here of record numbers, Kat. And, you know, we know that Christmas is around the corner. There's children here. There's a humanitarian part to all of this. Still, Title 42, put in place by Trump, was supposed to help with the COVID surge, as we know as well. What do you make of what appears to be no plan in place to deal with what could be a potentially huge surge?
Well, to be honest, I don't think that the Biden administration has ever had a plan other than to have an open border policy. And as you hit on, this is a humanitarian crisis. This is a public health crisis. This is a national security crisis. And we are seeing now in a couple of days, Title 42, which was truly the last remaining tool in the toolbox that our Border Patrol agents had to uphold some semblance of a law, it's going to go away. So what you're going to see is not 8,000 a day crossing along the 9 sectors along the southwest border. You're going to see 18,000 a day. You think that the systems are being pushed to the max already? Well, just hold on, because it's about to get 10 times worse. What we need more than is to secure the border, enforce the laws on the books, and give the resources to our Border Patrol agents so they know that we have their backs and they can do the job they signed up for.
And, you know, we have Mayorkas in El Paso today. There's been calls for his impeachment, but, you know, we've had a reaction like from Senator Cornyn saying he hasn't really given it a thought. Is there still hope that when the Republican-controlled GOP comes into office in January, Congresswoman, that there could be a move to get impeachment started for Mayorkas?
Absolutely. Listen, I was just in El Paso a few weeks ago, and since Alejandro Mayorkas is there, boots on the ground today, I hope he goes and sees the 12 miles of border that is completely wide open, a single agent on the line. And if he doesn't see that, if he doesn't go to that area, I need him to answer why. Why is it acceptable that there are stretches for miles and miles and miles where not a single agent is on the line? Instead, they're back processing and babysitting. That's unacceptable. And to your question about impeachment, the process that we need to go through to do this right and to actually get it done requires an investigation up front. So Kevin McCarthy, he has pledged that we will begin the investigation immediately, at which point we will then be able to draw up the impeachment papers and go forward. Without that investigation, we cannot get the impeachment through the House and the Senate. So we have to go through the process. I know that there's a lot of people out there who say, let's impeach right away. And trust me, I want to more than anybody. That said, we need to show to the American people in as clear of day that this man has been negligent and he has been a risk to national security. So we have to go through that process, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, there is a process, of course, and I think a lot of people along the border are looking forward to that playing out and hopefully to help them. I do want to, since you spoke of Kevin McCarthy, some challenges to his leadership, as we just kind of talked about, that 218 he wants to get to. Andy Biggs is still vying as well, has not pulled out there. What are your thoughts on Speaker McCarthy?
Our greatest weapon against this liberal progressive agenda is unity. And so while we are having some really tough family discussions, I'm encouraged. I think we're seeing a process change here in Washington, D.C. Critical rules that have been needed to be modified for a long time to give more voices to conservative bases within the Republican Party. I have no doubt that come January 3rd, Kevin McCarthy will have the votes, and I do believe that he will be Speaker come January 3rd.
And finally, Congresswoman, you want to pivot a little bit to a story that's been capturing our attention. Sam Brinton, the non-binary Biden administration, first accused of taking a bag in Minnesota from a woman when he had not checked any luggage, now charged in connection in Las Vegas with a similar crime. Again, a bag that he is now seen on video holding. Again, these are just allegations, but he's no longer with the Department of Energy. They made so much about his hire, checking a lot of boxes here. What do you make of now his departure and the silence from the administration on these alleged crimes?
Absolutely insane that this person was hired and then granted a security clearance in the first place. Clearly, they're more interested in a political woke agenda of checking boxes than actually people being qualified to do the job. Anyone who is parading around, stealing luggage and committing crimes certainly should not have a security clearance. So this termination was long overdue. And I wish we could get back to the point of hiring the best damn person for the job rather than checking a box that fits some political agenda.
Yeah, it seems like they're pretty good at checking boxes and maybe not so much checking CVs all the time. Congresswoman Cammack, as always, great to have you in. Thanks so much for your time today.